Once upon a time, in the quiet outskirts of a small, forgotten town, there stood a gas station at the edge of a desolate highway. It was a relic of the past, with flickering fluorescent lights that barely illuminated the cracked pavement beneath. The air was thick with an eerie silence, broken only by the occasional distant howl of the wind. John, a college student desperate for extra cash, reluctantly accepted the night shift at the gas station. His shift started at midnight, a time when the world seemed to hold its breath, and the darkness outside the station's worn-out windows threatened to swallow everything whole. The station was desolate when John arrived, the only signs of life being the distant hum of passing cars on the highway. He settled into the small, dimly lit convenience store, its shelves stocked with snacks and dusty old magazines. The flickering, fluorescent lights cast long shadows that danced on the linoleum floor as if playing a sinister game of tag. As the night unfolded, the monotony of the job began to gnaw at John's sanity. The distant hum of the highway grew fainter, and the air grew colder. He occasionally glanced out the window, half expecting to see something lurking in the shadows beyond the reach of the flickering lights. Around 2 a.m., a mysterious figure entered the station. The door creaked open and a gust of wind swept in, extinguishing a row of flickering candles near the cashier's counter. The figure wore a tattered hoodie, the hood pulled low, casting their face into darkness. John forced a smile, attempting to dispel the unease that settled upon him. The figure approached the counter with deliberate steps, their heavy boots echoing in the empty store. Without uttering a word, the mysterious visitor placed a crumpled bill on the counter, exchanged it for a pack of cigarettes, and disappeared into the night. As the door swung shut, John couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. He peered out of the window, but the figure had vanished into the inky blackness. The wind outside seemed to whisper secrets, and the flickering lights dimmed momentarily, casting the store into a temporary abyss. Determined to shake off the growing sense of dread, John returned to his duties. He paced the aisles, glancing over his shoulder at every creak and groan of the aging building. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead, their intermittent flickering now resembling a sinister Morse code, spelling out a warning that John couldn't decipher. As the clock neared 3 a.m., the gas station seemed to come alive with inexplicable noises. Shelves rattled, the ancient cash register chimed without provocation, and a low, guttural growl echoed through the empty aisles. John's heart pounded in his chest as he clutched the broom, his only defense against the unknown. Suddenly, the lights went out, plunging the gas station into total darkness. John fumbled for his phone, using its feeble glow to navigate through the oppressive blackness. The air grew thick with an otherworldly presence, and John felt unseen eyes watching his every move. As he stumbled towards the emergency exit, the silence shattered with a blood-curdling scream that seemed to reverberate from the depths of the station. The emergency lights flickered to life, revealing a ghastly sight. The shelves were overturned, and the walls were smeared with a substance that looked unnervingly like blood. In a state of panic, John fled through the emergency exit, stumbling into the cold night air. The gas station stood behind him, its flickering lights casting long shadows that seemed to writhe in agony. He never returned to that forsaken place, but the memory of that fateful night haunted him forever. To this day, locals speak in hushed tones about the cursed gas station on the outskirts of town, warning travelers to steer clear of its desolate embrace when the clock strikes midnight, and as the wind howls through the abandoned pumps and the flickering lights cast their eerie glow. The station stands as a testament to the horrors that lurk in the shadows of the night shift. Months passed, and the gas station became a ghost story passed down through generations. Yet some brave souls couldn't resist the allure of the mysterious place, drawn by the promise of a spine-chilling encounter. One such group of friends, led by the curious and skeptical Sarah, decided to investigate the legend. As the clock struck midnight, they parked their car by the gas station, the headlights cutting through the dense darkness that enveloped the area. The flickering lights of the station seemed to dance a haunting waltz, casting unsettling shadows on the ground. The friends cautiously entered the store, their footsteps echoing through the empty aisles. The air was thick with tension as they explored, their flashlights revealing the remnants of John's hasty departure. Overturned shelves, shattered glass, and the lingering stench of fear. As they delved deeper into the heart of the station, the air grew colder, and the flickering lights intensified. Unearthly whispers echoed through the aisles, causing the friends to exchange nervous glances. Sarah, determined to unravel the mystery, pushed forward, her footsteps resonating with a sense of foreboding. Suddenly, the temperature plummeted, and the flickering lights ceased their dance. The friends found themselves in complete darkness, the oppressive silence broken only by the sound of their own breaths. A panic set in as they realized they were not alone. Out of the shadows emerged the ghostly figure of the hooded stranger, their face obscured by darkness. The friends gasped in horror, frozen in place as the figure approached with an unnatural grace. The air seemed to vibrate with malevolence as the hooded entity raised a hand, pointing towards the emergency exit. A ghastly scream echoed through the station, sending shivers down their spines. The emergency lights flickered to life, revealing the station transformed shelves now filled with spectral apparitions, the walls dripping with ethereal tendrils that reached out hungrily. In a desperate attempt to escape, the friends rushed towards the emergency exit, the chilling whispers of the ghostly figures echoing in their ears. The door swung open with an agonizing creak, and they stumbled into the cold night air, gasping for breath. As they turned to look back, the gas station stood before them, unchanged and enigmatic. The flickering lights continued their eerie dance, and the hooded figure lingered in the shadows, a silent guardian of the cursed station. The friends, haunted by the nightmarish encounter, vowed never to speak of the gas station again. And so the legend persisted, growing more ominous with each retelling. The gas station on the outskirts of town remained a spectral enigma, a place where the boundary between the living and the supernatural blurred, and the horrors of the night shift unfolded in a never-ending loop of terror.